Welcome to Unplanned Potency, the only podcast on the internet that actually, I don't think there's anything I could say here that would actually make sense as the only podcast on the internet anymore because I'm Matt, and that's usually Chris just says, and I'm Chris.
And I'm Mike.
Yeah. So
There you
Mike's
go.
here. So it's not the only podcast on the internet with me and Mike on it, but you're
It's
probably one.
it's one half the only podcast with you and Chris.
Yeah.
Other half only podcast with you.
Well,
and
I can't
Mike.
say it's the only podcast that you, me, and Chris have been on either.
It's true. Shit.
It's the only podcast on the internet that was me and Chris, and now it's me and Mike.
It's not even that because the last episode we recorded for Diluti was just you and me.
I don't know. It's something. It's the only podcast on the internet called Unplanned Potency.
There we go.
I think. So you're probably wondering where Chris is. And I don't know. I don't know where Chris is.
I'm wondering too because he escaped my basement and I haven't seen him since I shackled him up. So
yeah, so he hasn't been responding to our pleas for him to come back and lock himself back in Mike's basement.
Turns out he enjoys freedom.
Yeah, who would have thought? No, so yeah, Chris is just doing other stuff. He's been busy lately. But I thought, I'm still paying for this website. And I thought, I've got Mike. And so me and Mike are going to do an episode or maybe more of Unplanned Potency.
Get my money's worth out of this.
We talked to Chris. He's fine with it. It's not like we've kicked Chris out and Mike's here or anything. It's just me and Mike are going to record something.
It's been a minute. I feel that this channel is the show is uploaded. So why not bring it back like a phoenix from the ashes, only with me instead of Chris. So it's a little bit of a downgrade, but
Chris burned up and came back as Mike.
Oh, hey. What if that did happen with the Phoenix? Like, because, oh my God, we over here like search topics, but here might be a topic in its own.
Okay.
Like the whole like mythology with a Phoenix is, it gets to a certain age, it bursts into flame, and it's reborn from the ashes. Is it a different Phoenix? Like, does it have a different personality every time?
Okay.
Okay, but if you added glue to the ashes,
then it'd be a horse.
But like,
now we're making inter-podcast references.
No one's gonna understand this if they don't listen to our other podcast. But you know what I mean? Like, would that Phoenix that was born from the ashes have a different personality and different mindset from the Phoenix that died before, or would it just keep living the same life?
How much of a personality does a Phoenix have?
I don't know, but is it the same bird but a different beast?
Okay.
Well, like for example, like let's say like I was a Phoenix and like right now I worked at H&R Block, and then I'm just doing my paperwork and I burst into flames and
not again.
Yeah, little baby me comes up. Will that baby me be born and then grow their life and then just start working at H&R Block again, or they have a completely different outcome? Like how
it's
would
like
that
a Groot
work?
situation.
Yeah.
So does Groot grow
like
up and be the same Groot?
I mean, apparently no.
Okay, so
it's different now.
Okay, well, with the Phoenix, I feel like, and this gets into reincarnation and stuff. I've always wondered if you get reincarnated, and this probably isn't exactly how it works, but like the uninformed idea of reincarnation is that your soul leaves your body and then just gets stuck in something else.
It leaves and then, oh no, you're a lamp now.
Right. But can you imagine if you kept all of your memories and stuff? Like if the Phoenix died and kept all their memories as their soul or whatever, and then got stuck back in the baby body, like, does it behave as a baby Phoenix for a while, or is it just an adult Phoenix in a baby Phoenix body?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is it just impaired by the fact that it's a baby Phoenix and it's like it's trying its best to like articulate sentences and stuff, and it's just coming out as bullshit? That would be the most frustrating thing ever. Like,
well, and so if it's a baby Phoenix too, like let's say you're in your example where like all the memories go into the baby Phoenix body, the baby phoenix is still very small, so the brain is a lot smaller. It won't be able to
Right.
hold all those memories. So, will it still even be able to hold those memories like physically
I don't
because it's
know.
so
Maybe it
small
remembers more about
as
itself.
it gets
I guess it
bigger?
could be a Colin Robinson situation, right?
I was just about
Where
to say that.
where like he doesn't
Busts
know
down the
things when
wall,
he's
finds the
first,
desk.
right? He doesn't remember things when he's first born, but he like slowly recuperates, and then eventually he's just Colin Robinson again.
Finds the glasses, starts reading the
Yeah,
diary again. He's like, "Oh,
I
it's
think that's
me."
what it is. I think that's it
That would
exactly.
make sense. Yeah, that
Phoenix
would make sense.
Phoenixes are just Colin Robinson.
I've been loving what we do in the shadows lately, by the way. The last like 2 seasons have been very meh, but I feel like this new one has been pretty
I've only
solid.
watched the first 2 episodes of the new season.
It's
The
it's
first one
pretty
was
good.
really good. I didn't
Yeah.
care that much for the second one.
It's I would say stronger than the last season. I did not like the last season all that much.
Mm.
This one I think is just stronger.
I don't know. I thought Naja with the lounge, I thought that whole story arc was kind of entertaining.
I liked it a little bit, but I think it just went off the rails. Like I feel like they could have done a lot more with it than they did. But I don't
Eh,
know.
nah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not a. I don't know. Why are we calling John Travolta right now? I'm Sandy. Get in the pussy wagon.
Vampires. That was more fucking what's his name?
Willem Dafoe. Or
Yeah.
no, not Willem
Uh,
Dafoe. The other one,
I
Christopher
put my
Walken.
pants on. Yeah, Christopher Walken.
I put my pants on.
One leg at a time. The only difference is once my pants are on, I make gold records.
I kind of wish that Christopher Walken would end most sentences with just "I put my pants on."
And then I put my pants on.
That's it.
What? Explain. No, I put my pants on. They're
Put my
on.
pants on. They're on. I
Uh,
know. Yeah, I know we kind of had our Phoenix thing, but you
yeah.
had a thing,
So
right?
the idea behind this episode was originally going to be that we were going to use the crazy idea generator that Chris and I have used in previous episodes for certain
I
things.
love those
So
episodes.
basically, what this is it just generates a bunch of random ideas. So we're going to take turns and generate a few ideas and pick one, one idea that we like. And then we're just going to discuss what if it was a possibility. In previous episodes, we've like tried to sell it, but you could do that. You could make an argument. You could be like, this is why I think someone might want to buy this product if it's a product. Otherwise, if it's an idea, just explain what might happen.
Yeah.
I'll go first because I got one that was really funny. So this is a Tinder app where if you swipe left 10 consecutive times, which means like not matching, it automatically posts your picture to our roast me, which is a Reddit subreddit where like you post a picture of yourself and then people like insult you, like they roast you,
Mhm.
so that so it can tell you exactly why you shouldn't be such a picky douchebag.
So it tells you why you shouldn't complain,
Yeah,
essentially.
the idea is like if you reject 10 people in a row, it posts your picture to roast me so that people can tell you why you're being like
I f-
like to not take you down a notch,
I
to tell
feel
you that
like
you need to lower your standards.
I feel like this needs to happen. Full stop.
Okay, why?
Reason being is there are so many just like as a person that has like experience with online dating, the
Okay.
amount of
Oh, well, let's
the
get into that.
well in the past, not anymore. This
Well,
is like
yes.
10 years ago. But and the amount of like stories I hear from like women that they see from like guys. One of my friends on Twitter, she actually has a Twitter thread, and I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter because it's
Yeah,
fucking
I'm
Twitter.
not calling it X.
Yeah, I'm
That's
dead
just
naming
not.
it. Um, they have a Twitter thread of people who message her on Tinder that are just the absolute worst fucking guys on the planet. And they're all just like,
Okay.
"Oh, nice tits. Too bad you're so blah blah blah," or things like that. And it's like I
Why
feel like
even make that comment?
exactly. And I feel like guys that have that kind of attitude where they go in where they're just going
Total
with
assholes.
total assholes, they need to put down a peg.
Oh
Like
yeah, 100%.
Like, if you're gonna make fun of someone that's like on a dating website, like there's a reason people are on a dating website. Like they're there to meet other people. They're there to meet like I don't know, someone that they share an interest with. If you're
Right.
just being an asshole that's just swiping because of like looks and like
Uh-huh.
nothing else, and then you find someone that you connected with and you're still just like, oh, you got, you know, this and this, but also like, why are you so fat or something like
Right.
just a shitty thing. I feel like you should be forced down a peg. Like
Yeah.
you're probably no spring chicken yourself, mister. You're
Right.
probably a fucking prick, and you're probably not the best looking guy yourself.
So yeah, so maybe this doesn't work on like 10 consecutive swipes, but maybe it
Yeah.
should be like a report system where somebody is like sending harassing DMs to people. Like if you report them after so many reports or something, they end up here.
Yeah. Or I mean, even if it's like 10 consecutive swipes, like I feel like if they're swiping, like are they swiping like to the no?
Yeah.
So I feel like if they're doing that, then you might be a little picky. If you're doing 10, you might be a bit picky.
10 in a
If
row, I mean.
10 in a row and you haven't found a single person where you're just like, "Oh yeah,
That's acceptable.
I'm attracted. Yeah, I'm attracted to you." You might be a bit picky. Like you're just nitpicking. You're not going
Yeah.
to find fucking Miss America. You're Miss
She hasn't
America
made it
in
to the dating app, probably.
You're not going to find like your Mr. Universe or your Mrs. Universe on Tinder. Like it's not going to take you 10 swipes. Like after I feel like 3 or 4, you probably found someone with something that you find attractive. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
shouldn't take you 10. If you're doing 10, you're just being nitpicky at that point. You're doing a lot. Um
Fair enough.
and in my opinion, if you're on a dating site, I don't mean this as a shitty thing to people on a dating website, but
Well,
maybe
you were on a dating website, clearly.
as someone who is on multiple dating websites, if you're swiping no to 10 people, maybe don't be so picky. Maybe even if you
Maybe
don't
the
think
reason you're on the dating website is
it's
because it's
exactly
because your standards are too high.
someone's swiping no to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe your standards are a bit too fucking high. Maybe if you're super into blondes, maybe swipe right on that brunette. Who the fuck knows? I don't fucking know. But if it's 10
Nobody's
in a
perfect.
row, if it's 10
Nobody's
in a
perfect.
row, you're being a dick and you need to be
Okay.
knocked down a peg.
All right. I don't
Yeah.
disagree. I'm with this just for the entertainment value. My only experience with online dating is I downloaded Tinder one time a long time ago, and I I
Oh
ended up
yeah.
matching with a girl who uh who I thought was pretty attractive, who sent me a DM. She was just like, "Hey, what's up?" And I just deleted the app. I panicked. I panicked so hard that I just deleted the app, and I was like, "You know, I don't think this is for me."
Huh.
And that was the last and only time I've used a dating app.
Interesting. Yeah, I've been on a couple. I've been on like Tinder. I've been on OkCupid. Plenty of Fish. I've been on a few just to test it out when I was a young single bachelor, and
Okay.
I didn't care for it because online dating is kind of toxic.
It doesn't sound great, if I'm perfectly honest. Did you end up going on any dates?
Oh yeah, actually, I met a pretty good friend off of it. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I'll just call her
Okay.
Jess.
Hi,
But
Jess.
hi Jess. She's probably not listening. We haven't talked in a long time, but we still follow each other on like socials and stuff.
Pretty good friend
Um,
that we haven't talked in a long time.
well, no, like we would talk a bunch like when we first started like talking. Uh, but it turned from like a Tinder thing to like we hung out and then realized it was more of just like a friendship. And then we just started hanging out a little bit, and it was a really good friendship. And she's still a really good friend. And Jess, if you are listening, which I doubt you are, hi,
Hi.
hi,
See, that's what happens if you go on dating websites and you're nice to people. Even if it doesn't work out, you make a friend.
yeah, yeah. In my opinion, like that's what a dating website is for. Like even if you don't like match with a person like on a relationship level, you still probably made a good friend. You still had a conversation with someone. Don't just be an
Right.
asshole and be like, oh, you don't want to
Yeah.
fuck?
Be
Bye.
nice to
Just
people.
all right. Yeah, meet friends on Tinder. It's fun. It's not just for fucking. It's for friends too.
Or just for friends who fuck.
Yep.
Or whatever. Just whatever you're into. Just be nice to people.
Yeah.
Um,
I have one,
okay.
and I actually had this idea a while ago. Um, Netflix should buy a large movie theater chain, rename it Netflix. Free admission to Netflix subscribers. Otherwise, tickets are $5. Popcorn and soda sold at cost.
I thought this was supposed to be a crazy idea generator, not a good idea
That's
generator.
what. So yeah. So I genuinely think that's a good idea. I think.
I mean, isn't AMC just like barely hanging on?
Oh, by a thread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like in general, like movie theaters need to branch out and do more than they are now. I actually watched a film theorist episode where they're like, "What's the future of movies looking like?"
Hmm.
And I actually agreed with what Mister Pat said. Um, he said that like movies went from just going to the movies and watching the movie was just like that was it. Like you went there
Right.
just to watch the movie, but
Yeah.
now it's like it's an experience.
Yeah.
You know, like
Okay.
you're going to see Avengers Endgame. Like it's an experience. You go there, you get the custom popcorn thing, you
Right.
get the IMAX glasses, you sit in the IMAX, it got the fucking rumble seats. It's a whole experience.
Yeah, and it's loud as
Um,
fuck.
yeah, and it's annoying and I hate it because I'm old and it's loud and I'm grumpy.
I saw
Um,
Oppenheimer last weekend,
oh, I need to see it
and
still.
it was like the speakers were turned up so loud that they were like buzzing.
God
Like
damn.
the sound wasn't even clear anymore. It was just like
Or become
it was
death destroyer of worlds.
yeah. It's pretty rough. The movie
um,
was great, but it
Yeah,
was
I
rough.
need to see it. But he was saying how he can see in the next like 10 years the future of movies being that it's an experience. He's like, I could definitely see big blockbusters like your Avengers Endgames being played at like a baseball stadium where like everyone is surrounding the theater and then you have the giant like megaplex TVs, the
So it's like
jumbotron.
a concert, but it's a
Yeah. Yeah, you have
movie
the
instead.
Jumbotron, and that's where the movie's on, and the whole thing is about the experience. You get your seat. You got the guy coming around to pass out hot dogs and popcorn. You have the
Butt
you have
scratcher.
butt scratcher, get your butt scratcher. You have the guy walking around with souvenirs. Like he's like, I can
Oh,
see
that's
that.
sick.
Yeah, he's like, I can see that being the
I'd
future of
start going to
movies.
the movies again. I don't go to the movies because I think movie theaters as they are now suck. But
Yeah,
I would definitely go do that.
yeah, right. Like
100%.
it's about the experience. It's not just about the film now. It's about the things
Right.
around you and the film.
Because if I wanted to go watch the movie, I would have a better experience watching it at home
I
because there's not some shitty kid talking or like people on their fucking phones with
mhm.
the brightness turned all the way up or
I
whatever.
For me, it depends. Like I prefer a movie theater for some movies, but I prefer
Mm,
an empty theater where I'm the only one in it. I
right.
like a big screen. I like sitting in the movie theater seat. I loved all that, but I hate it when you have that fucker on his phone or the kids laughing
Right.
and being loud. I hate it.
That
They
ruins the whole
ruined
thing for
it.
me.
Yeah, they
Actually,
ruin it.
seeing Oppenheimer in the theater was probably a better experience because there's a lot of sound effects that it just needs to be turned up loud as fuck.
Yeah. I don't know. I like movie theaters, but I hate them. Something
Yeah.
has to change.
Right.
But
I think you're onto something. Like make them
yeah.
like arena experiences.
Mhm. It's gotta be. It's you like you're going to see a monster truck show, but instead it's the Barbie movie.
Right.
You know?
Hell yeah.
Like
And
you're
like
walking
everybody's
in.
dressed up and shit and
Yeah,
like
like you're walking in, you're in line to get to your seat, but while you're in line, there's all the concession stands and people are selling like Barbie wigs and pretzels, and it's a whole it's like a baseball game.
right.
There's a guy
Yeah.
outside the stadium with Barbenheimer shirts on the stick.
You like get to an exciting point in the movie. You're watching Twilight and you get to like the baseball scene and like Muse is playing and shit and like people are crowd surfing. And,
That'd be so fucking great. I would love that. Oh my god. And just like, woo! That'd be amazing. Oh my god. I'd watch the shit out of that.
yeah, hell
I
yeah.
would love to be a part of that. Like you
Let's
said,
make
it's
it
like a
happen.
concert, but with movies. Um, but I can
Okay.
see, like, I think it would be a very good idea for something like Netflix or like, if what's his name? Dave, whatever, the guy that owns Warner Discovery, that fucking clown. Um, it'd be smart for him who owns Warner Discovery and HBO to probably do something like this, to have like a building centered around, hey, come see these releases. Netflix owns this building. You're a Netflix subscriber. You get in for free. Here's your
Yeah.
popcorn and everything. We're airing this Netflix movie. We're airing Bird Box in theater 2. Go in there. Go have fun. You know? I think that'd
Yeah.
be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's a good idea. It makes sense
yeah,
to me.
genuinely, that'd be pretty entertaining.
The other thing I think Netflix should do is VR movie theaters. Like,
with like multiple people or like a lot of
yeah,
people in
yeah,
the
it's like an online game essentially. I mean, they already have this. They're in like well, I mean, they had this way back in the day with Gary's Mod. It wasn't VR,
yeah.
but like
Oh,
everybody could like sit in a theater in a
I
Gary's
can
Mod level
go
and like watch a YouTube video.
I could go
But
even way more back. Dude,
okay,
this was the thing with Gaia Online.
hmm,
You can watch
okay,
a movie in a Gaia Online movie theater with a
hell
bunch of
yeah,
people in the theater, and you could throw tomatoes at the screen. It was great.
yeah. I just want
Yeah.
that, but like as a VR Netflix experience.
But weren't you just saying that you hate the movie theater experience? Wouldn't this be the same?
Well,
Just
with this,
virtual
you would
now?
get control over what the
That's true.
people,
You could
right?
mute
You
people
could
if you
just
didn't want
invite your
to.
friends, or yeah,
Yeah.
or you could mute people. You'd be like,
They're
"Wow, this
already kind
person's
of doing
being
that.
annoying as fuck," and just like,
Yeah, like Disney and Netflix do like video sharing or something where like
yeah,
on Disney you can watch it the same video with your friends and everything.
yeah,
It's the
that,
same
but it's
thing,
a
just
VR movie
virtual.
theater.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that idea.
okay, all right, do that. Um, so here's one. Give inner city gang members free paintball guns and paintballs and see if they'll agree to use them for a month instead of real guns and then respect the results as if they were real. So it's a turf war, but it's a paintball match instead. I think this sounds like a great idea in theory, but I feel like it would encourage extra violence because there's less consequences, and local businesses
Mhm.
are not going to like it when their storefronts are just littered with paintball paint.
I would agree, and I think this would actually cause an increase in
Gang violence.
kids in gang violence because kids are like kids introducing into gangs because they're gonna want a paintball gun.
Yeah. Like,
Like,
that
what
sounds
better?
fucking cool.
Yeah, like wow, I get a free gun and bullets. Yeah, okay, and I'm just gonna get it and I'm gonna shoot everything up. It's not gonna be gang related anymore. I'm just gonna get it and do it.
You're just
Like,
going to do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
The only way that you could make this work is if you agreed not to arrest people for doing it, which would then give people just basically a free ticket to just take their paintball gun out into the city and just start shooting random people.
well, see, it says that it says that you would treat it like it was real. Yeah, isn't that what it said?
I think it says you would
Respect the
respect the
results.
results as if they were real, as in like if a gang
So,
wins a paintball match, they win the turf war.
well, if let's say
And
it's doing like a drive by and someone gets shot with a paintball gun,
yeah,
if they respect the results, would that mean that the result would be that they are quote unquote dead? And would they
they
be
have to like move out
charged?
of the city.
Yeah. All right, bye guys. I guess I'll go pack up. Um, but would the police not respect these results as well? Be like, hey, you shot him like he was dead,
uh,
so we have to charge you for murder.
then what would be the benefit of
People aren't actually dying.
yeah, but do you feel like the gangs are gonna agree to that? Because the idea is to like
If
would the
they
person that they shot get arrested as well? Because if this now turns into a situation where you're shooting people with a paintball gun, you're getting arrested and nothing's happening to them. That's not gonna
That's
work.
true. If what does it evolve past like the guns to like if they would a shank to them be like hitting a guy with a paintbrush, you know?
It's a lot less intimidating.
I know, right? Oh my God, he's been to Sherwin-Williams. Caca.
This is latex paint.
It's gonna stain your clothes, Mister. Gah.
I don't think this is gonna work. It's a great idea,
Yeah,
but I don't think it's gonna work.
I think it's
I
better on. I think it's better as like a comedy movie, like a comedy bit, like a
Yeah.
sketch comedy. But I don't think it'll work in real life. Yeah.
This may work as a real life alternative to the purge, though. Like instead
Yeah.
of letting everybody kill each other for a day, let everybody just shoot whoever
Just
they
a
want with a
global
paintball gun for a
paintball,
day.
just a global paintball match.
Yeah, 100%.
Basically, the episode of Community. It's the paintball episodes of Community. Yeah.
Sure, haven't seen it, but yeah,
Oh, Community is great. Watch it. It's a wonderful show.
watch it.
Watch it. It's wonderful. God, I have two here that I can't decide against, so I'm gonna do both of them
Okay.
because they're both very fun. Um, a self-driving car made by Google that has an "I'm feeling lucky" button that
Oh
would
no.
take you to a random location. I think
Okay.
that's a fantastic idea.
Okay. Yeah, that's fun.
But the
Uh,
location I don't think can be like completely random. I
yeah,
think you
because
have to
that sounds
limit it.
dangerous.
I think you have to limit it to like a populated area. Like
Right.
you don't want it to be
Like
like
a
I'm feeling
landmark.
lucky. Yeah, like I don't. You don't want to be like I'm feeling lucky, and then it takes it to like the middle of a desert. It would have to
Yeah.
take you to
You like
like
run out of gas halfway there. And it's just like,
yeah. It would have to be in like populated areas where if like there's people around where you're safe. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I think that would be a wonderful idea. I think that would be like a fun date night. Hey, what do you want to do tonight? I don't know. Well, I'm feeling lucky. Click. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
If you could program distance and stuff, that'd be good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
I
could
think that's a
filter
good
it.
idea for a date night, like you said. Like pick a random restaurant or something, like or a random date
Yeah.
location. Just be like,
And if you could
take us.
even filter it past distance, if you could do like I'm feeling lucky for like entertainment or like
Yeah.
I'm feeling lucky like food. And it would take you to a random like food place or a random like place to have fun. That'd be a wonderful idea.
What's stopping you from just doing this now, though? Like,
I
and
I
just
feel like
driving there yourself?
I feel like the act of looking something up and going there does makes it not so random because like for example, if you and I were like, what do you want to do tonight?
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, and we Google like things in our area.
Hmm.
We're gonna see the names, we're gonna click on it and immediately look up what they do.
Right.
Like we're gonna see like Bob's Arcade and click on the link and be like, oh, it's an arcade. Whereas with this, I
Yeah.
feel like it'll just take you there without you being able to get a description of what you're going to.
Okay. All
You
right.
don't
So,
find out till you
and
get there.
yeah, in this scenario, you have no idea.
It's a you might get like the name of the place, but other than that, it's like you don't know what you're getting into.
I feel like Uber could implement this. I feel
Mm,
like you could be like, Uber,
yeah.
call me a driver. I have $20. Call me a driver that'll take me somewhere for $20, and it can be anything.
In like a 10-mile radius. Take me
Yeah.
somewhere in like a 10-mile radius that I know the name of and that's it.
Yeah.
Because you need to know the name of it to get the Uber back, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But I like this idea. I think that'd be a fun twist on what do you want to do tonight? You know, it's no longer just Googling and searching for stuff around
Right.
you. It's who knows.
Yeah, because you get at least got the sense of like, well, I guess we're here. Like this is nothing I ever would have chosen to
Hmm.
do, but we're here, so
I feel like that would
I
take
guess
you
we'll
out of your
try.
comfort zone too.
Yeah, yeah, I
Like if
think
it
that's the
takes you,
draw of it.
yeah, like like for me, for example, I hate like clubs, like dancey clubs,
Yeah,
or like if it takes me to that, maybe I don't have a choice other than to go in.
yeah,
Like, oh, and like you said, if it goes through like Uber or something, maybe part of it is like it the Uber takes you there. You
yeah.
cannot call another Uber for like
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to experience what you're there for. Like if
yeah.
it's an emergency, Uber will be like, "Oh, here's your like 911 Uber. Like you can get an Uber out of there if something's going bad." But
Right.
like
Yeah, yeah,
you can't just leave. You have to experience the situation.
yeah, yeah. That's a
That
good
would be
idea.
fun. Yeah, I like that
I'm
idea.
down for
10 out
that.
of
I
10.
would download this app. Somebody make this.
100%. Yeah. I wonder what the app would be called though.
Ooh, ooh. I don't know.
Oobucky. Would it just be called I'm feeling lucky?
Ooh.
Oobucky.
Uh, I feel like anything. I was gonna say Lucky Ride, and then that sounds like
That's sexy.
that's it. That's a strip club.
Yep,
Um,
that's a prostitute
that's a
right
gentleman's club.
there.
Yeah, or that.
Lucky Ride does sound like it's an Uber with an escort in it. Like
Yeah.
you're getting some action on your way to like the Taco Bell.
Hey, make that an idea too.
There you go. Yeah. Lucky Ride.
All right. Okay. So uh this is a follow-up to the Tinder one from earlier.
Okay.
So this one is anti-matches on Tinder, where you can both argue with each other if you both swiped left. And I feel like Chris and I may have actually gotten this one before, but it's good enough that I'll bring it up again.
I think you did. I remember this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
I think I like it. I think you both get to let off some steam. The assholes that you were talking about earlier,
Mhm.
they get to be assholes to each other. And then
Exactly.
everybody's happy.
Exactly. And
Fantastic.
I feel like it will like it'll help keep you humble. You know? Like
Yeah.
I feel like if you swipe left on someone that also swiped on left on you and they're like
They can give you a reason.
They give you a reason, and you could be like, "Oh, wow, I have to reflect on this. Like, maybe I'm an asshole."
Some people don't have that ability, though. I'm entirely convinced that some people don't have that ability.
Oh, there's plenty of people out there. You have just assholes galore. I mean, we have people like Andrew Tate in the world that just
Oh yeah,
don't deserve to be in
100%.
the world, and here they are.
Yeah.
So,
Let's talk about Andrew Tate for the rest of the episode.
45
Wh-
minutes of Andrew Tate.
Why? Why
Why
is
does
my
he
question.
exist?
Why? What do people find? Do you actually see a reason? Like,
I don't
does
see the
anything about
appeal.
that make any sense to you?
I don't see the appeal. I don't understand the what do they call them, like G boys or whatever? What are they called?
I don't know.
They
No,
call themselves like G boys or G men or top
G-Man,
G
is this
top
Gary's
G.
mom?
That's what it is. I don't understand what top G means, but they're
Oh,
like
okay.
Andrew Tate is top G. What does that? What does that mean? And why are you so fixated on this bald man who traffics women and
Traffic.
quite literally fled to Romania to duck allegations?
I mean,
He,
even aside from that, I mean, I don't understand.
he was an MMA fighter. That's all he has.
He doesn't. I've never seen him speak about anything or share his opinion
He
on anything.
sucks.
And I've just thought like, man, that's a cool guy. He just seems like such
He
a
does
loser.
he does the
Like,
thing that all those like far right, like the Ben Shapiro and like the Charlie Kirk dudes do,
yeah,
where they just talk real fast and use words that are big and they
yeah.
think they're smart. That's what they do. They're that's what it is. That's
I went to
exactly
the
what it
beach that
is.
makes me old.
They
What?
went to the Jesse, what the
There's no
fuck
way
are
a
you
beach
talking
can make
about?
you old. I don't know.
I
I
will
wasn't old,
never
and then I went to the beach, and now I'm old.
Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? I will never understand the appeal to people like that. It just blows my mind. That over masculinity that also shows that you have no masculinity, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about it is like if you want a masculine like figure, like I mean, there's plenty of them out there. Like The Rock, like is super masculine, but he's like super respectful. Or like
Hmm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Or like
Hmm.
there's no shortage of people who are masculine but still respectful of like other
Why are you
people.
choosing this
Right.
shitty piece of shit to cling on to?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense to me. And he's bald.
Like his whole shtick is just being mean to people.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
I think in like that appeals to people, apparently.
I genuinely feel like Andrew Tate and those kind of people are the living embodiment of social media. Because like social
Yeah.
media, like it's one of those things where like you can post the most like lighthearted and like good quality content things, you won't get anything. But the moment you start posting that like drama and beef and that like Keemstar like toxic
Yeah.
shit, that's when you get all the likes because humans love drama, humans love toxicity.
I think people
There,
are just angry and like people like
I
this
don't get
give
it.
them someone else to direct their anger at and like validate it. I don't know.
It's exhausting. Like how are you always that
It's so
angry
exhausting.
and
Yeah.
negative? Like I will never how like making
You
a
gotta be
living off of that.
miserable. Gotta
That's what I'm
be.
saying. Like yeah, and he's obviously like a rich guy,
Yeah.
but like money can only buy you so much. You know what I mean? Like I've seen him so many times. Like um, he comes up on my Twitter every now and then because like the people that I follow get into arguments with people like Tate, for example,
Yeah.
and like he'll always post videos of him like in his weird dungeon mansion. He's like smoking his cigars with his
Right.
whiskey, and he's like, "Oh, I'm an alpha. I'm living my best life. I'm an alpha." It's like, yeah, but nobody loves you. You're not loved. You know, like there's not a single person in this world that would tell you I love you, other than that one creepy guy that sniffed his chair when he got up.
Oh my god.
What's his name? Ian or some shit like that.
I feel like if you have to constantly brag about your status or like show off,
Yeah,
that, that
but
that's the least cool thing on the planet to me.
right. But there's just no love there. Like you're not. You can have all that money in the world, but like at the end of the day, like nobody loves you. Nobody
Yeah.
loves Andrew Tate. I'm
But
sorry.
I
This is
think
how
he
it is.
lacks the ability to like actually connect with people.
He does. He's
Like he
he's a
fundamentally
he's a sociopath.
Right,
lacks
exactly.
empathy.
So that doesn't matter to him.
Mhm.
Like the superficial attention and like all these people that like suck his dick all the time. That's just as good, if not better, to him
He'll
than like
he
actual connection.
he'll tweet shit. Like he tweeted something where it's like, "Oh, my dad like taught me how to play chess," and like he went on this entire like thread where he's like, "Oh, my dad taught me how to like play chess," and like whenever I would lose, he would like beat me, and he would scold me, and my father like despised me and my siblings, and he would talk bad about my mother, and that's how I learned about a strong masculine figure. And everyone's like, "No, he did bad trauma to you. You should see a psychiatrist because that's
He
not
abused
healthy.
you.
He abused you. That's not healthy. You need help. That's not good." And he's that everyone in the comments is like genuinely like, "No, that's not healthy. Your father was an abuser. That's not good. You should have been loved, but you
Probably
weren't."
why he's like emotionally deactivated now.
Yeah. And he's a sex trafficker. Let's not forget that. So
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
anyway,
what was your what was your other idea?
off of that tangent, this one, oh my God, I love this one. So when a porn star dies, Pornhub should poorly Photoshop a white sheet over her on all videos and dub them with spooky ghost sounds. I'm fucking here for it, man. That'd be amazing.
100%. I'm so here for that.
I could just see, I'm just trying to imagine like a 4K porn video with like a shitty like PNG file of like a white
clip
sheet.
art, just like
Yeah.
stuck on top of it.
And you
Hell
just
yeah.
hear like shitty like shitty like dot
100%.
wave like
But
like
but
crunchy.
the guy's still making noises, so he's just like, "Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, suck my dick." And she's
You just
"Ooh."
but it's like crunchy and like MP4. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, like a Roblox sound effect. Oh.
that'd be so fucking great. People would go to Pornhub for the reasons I do right now, like
Which is to watch Cars?
to watch Cars 2.
Okay.
I go to Pornhub to watch the movies that are illegally downloaded onto Pornhub. But like I feel like people would visit porn sites and bring that ad revenue to
Yeah.
watch these comedy. I mean, it's kind of sad because the porn star's dead, but you could take light in knowing that they're
But you
they're
got to entertain
birthing-
people one last time.
Yeah, they're birthing a new genre of porn, and it's gonna spawn fetishes. I'm sure. This is someone's
Well,
fetish.
this
let's
is
be real.
already, yeah, I was going to say, this is already
Yeah,
someone's
this is
fetish.
someone's fetish. But I would absolutely love this. Like, and I feel like it would add some sort of like I feel like anyone watching, they wouldn't be jacking off, even if it's a fetish. They wouldn't be jacking off as much as they'd be like respect,
Like, watch it for the plot.
or just like out of like sincerity and respect towards that porn actress. You know what I mean? Like
They're just standing at full mast in, in respect.
like just saluting, jacking,
Like a little flag.
yeah, tucked neatly in the urethra.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, no.
they're sounding during.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that'd be hilarious. Like, it's probably bad because again, the actress is dead. I feel like if maybe the actress isn't dead, but they did it as like a Halloween special, that'd be one thing.
Just like every video on Halloween. Just
Like they
replace
did-
every video with this.
Pornhub did their own 31 days of Halloween or whatever it is that like ABC does, and it's just people in sheets making groaning noises, fucking. You know what I mean? Like,
But there's not even like holes cut in them or anything. It's literally just two people in
it's
sheets,
just two
like
people in
grinding on
sheets.
each other.
I would love that. I
I'd
think
watch that.
I would watch the shit out of this scenario. I think it's fantastic. The only downside is obviously again, porn star dies, which I feel like there's part of me would feel guilty about wanking it to that. You know what I mean? Like if I'm watching this, if you're watching this, you know that person's dead. So it's like I
That's
feel
just
a little
paying respects, man.
they died doing what they love.
Exactly.
Just pay and respects. Jerk one off for the
Yeah.
homie. Yeah.
Well, you're just pouring one out. Exactly what it is.
You know,
Alright.
you changed my mind.
You've changed your mind?
I'm here
You don't
for it.
think this is a good
Yes.
idea?
No, no. I said you changed my mind. I'm here for it. Like
Oh, okay.
even if it's like they're dead, fuck it. I'm here. Yeah,
Okay.
fuck it.
Alright.
Put the shitty PNG file over their body. It's got to be like shittily cropped on, where it's like that like shitty motion where it's just like
Yeah.
all
100%.
around
Like old
jittering all
YouTube
around.
videos.
Yeah, it's got to be
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
1000%.
Alright, I got one last one because it popped up and I thought it was a good one.
Hit me.
Take a girl on a first date to couples counseling. You just you know nothing about each other, and now you're just sitting in some therapist's office. And just like
um,
would obviously you're not going to be able to talk about your relationship with one another. You're going to have to start just bringing up shit, like traumatic shit that's happened to you. But I feel like this could fast track a lot of
I
things.
I would say maybe not first date, but if it hit me on like the fourth or fifth, I think this could be good. Because you know how people like the whole thing is like, oh, you fuck on the third date or whatever, or they
Sure.
kiss on the third
Yeah.
date, whatever the fucking rule is. I don't know. I'm married. Um, things have changed since
I don't know.
then.
I make friends with people on Tinder.
I don't. We went over this on one of my one of the Deludi bonus episodes. How on the Patreon exclusive ones, how my dating life has been me not getting laid. We've been over this before. It's one of the bonus ones, but
Oh, okay.
um, I think not first episode because the first date, because the first date is impressions. You know,
Mm.
you're not yourself on a first date. You're like the like caricature of yourself. You're this bubbly, active. Hey, how are you? Oh yeah, let's go do a
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Cool. But by
Yeah.
the
You're
like the
super positive and like,
yeah, by the third date, you've had enough conversations. I feel with this person that you- you're understanding who they are a little, and they are too, to where
mm,
you could probably surprise visit a psychiatrist, and they'll pull the "How does that make you feel about your father?" and now you're crying.
right.
Uh,
Okay.
with this
Yeah.
person. You know
I
what I
think I
mean?
agree. I think you have to have at least one date where you've like figured out if you're like even remotely on this person's same like
Yeah,
wavelength.
you got to make sure that you're gonna see them again. It can't be first date. It's got to be at least second, because first date's when you establish: am I gonna see him again or am I not? Am I gonna have another date to this Chili's to go with this person?
Right.
You
Yeah.
don't know.
Because if I end up at couples counseling with a girl who I just like fundamentally am not like about,
Mhm.
and she's just like complaining about stuff incessantly that is like if if I end up in couples counseling with a woman who's talking about how she wants to have 10 kids because she was an only child or something like that, and I'm just
Just
gonna be
gonna
like,
get out
I'm
of there.
wasting my time. Like,
Exactly. You got to wait at least till like the third, because again, like, I don't know what your rule is, but like for me, third date, kiss. That's
okay.
typically how it goes for me, and that's how it did go with my
I
wife.
haven't been on a date in an eternity.
Oh, we'll go out. I got you.
Okay. All right.
I'll pull
Wine
what
and
a
dine me.
Jason. Yeah, I'll pull what a Jason did to me when one of my past girlfriends broke up with me. He took me out to a bar, and then he up to almost any woman he found, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, "Have you met Mike?" And he ran away, and he left me there alone. So
Okay.
I'll do that
Well,
with you.
Landon did that to me like the week after I broke up with my most recent girlfriend, and I ended up
Fantastic.
dancing with her, and it was I'm the most awkward human being on the entire planet,
You told me about
and it
this.
was
Yeah.
oh did I oh I
Yeah.
did tell you about
Yeah,
that.
you told me about when you
Yeah.
were at my house. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that's how that went. Um,
We don't got to go into details,
yeah,
but
but I yeah, I don't know.
if
Anyway,
if you change it from first date to maybe like third, I could see a bit more then, because
yeah,
you're willing to keep
that makes
seeing
sense.
this after the first date. You're willing to see that person a second time and then a third time, and that's when you get them. Boom,
Hell yeah.
psychiatrist. Tell me
All
how
right.
you feel about your mother.
It's a good idea. Yeah, and this can highlight some red flags like way
Exactly,
earlier on.
like you were saying, the kids thing, or
Yeah.
if there's any like weird triggers or anything like that that you're not comfortable
Yeah, you
with.
can just be
Bam,
like, hold
done.
up.
Yep. All right, I'm out. Thank you, shrink. This
Yeah.
worked. Yeah, this
Yeah,
could
I
work in
think this is
both
a good
favors.
idea. I think
This could
this is.
strength
I almost think this should be mandatory.
Yeah, this could work in both ways. This could strengthen a relationship after like the third date, or it could just make you
Save
realize
everyone a
that
lot of time.
save everyone a lot of time. Like this isn't gonna work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have actually. This is a fun one,
Okay.
and it's very fast and easy. A televised snowball fight where both teams consist of MLB pitchers. Yes,
Ooh.
please. That'd be
Jeez.
incredible.
That would
Not
be
I
good.
and don't stop there. Give me fucking quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Give me softball pitchers. That'd be amazing. Give me
Give me
cricket
lacrosse
players.
players. Like
Yeah.
be sticking snowballs in lacrosse sticks and like
Give me a
hammering
cricket
them at
player
each
where
other.
they're bouncing it off the floor and it's coming up and hitting you in the throat.
Hell yeah. All right.
That
This
would be
needs to be a new
super
winter
cool.
game sport.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, honestly, as we wrap it up, why aren't snowball fights in the Winter Olympics?
I don't know. Why isn't dodgeball in the regular Olympics?
We should. Who do we email about this?
I don't know. I think parkour will eventually end up in the regular Olympics somehow.
I mean, skateboarding is now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
They have competitive, like professional parkour now.
yeah.
I've watched it before. It's pretty entertaining.
There's a professional tag.
Well, okay. That's actually what I meant. It's like parkour tag.
It's super cool looking.
Yeah. I've watched it before.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
Is this it? Is this our episode?
I think that's it. All right. Thanks for listening to Unplanned Potency. If you go to unplannedpotency.com or potency.com, you'll find a website. And there's merch there, I guess. I don't know. It's been a really long time.
Gotta
so long.
blow the cobwebs off that website real quick.
Yeah. I don't know what the state of this podcast is anymore, but this is something.
Hey,
So,
you know what? We're adding to it. That's all that matters. The unplanned is back, baby.
Yeah.
And who knows? The next episode might be sooner than you think. And it is Chris, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who the fuck
Chris
knows?
can come back. So this is what it is. And maybe it'll be more in the future. Let us know what you want to hear.
No, this is fun. Thank you for having me on. I look forward to hearing more of you and Chris. And hopefully I can come on more because every time I come on unplanned, it's a different perspective, a different time,
It's
and
a different way to do podcasts.
it's a different way to do podcasts. And in my opinion, the fact that it's just so airy and just off the cuff is great. There's no outline. There's no topic that like we came up with this like 30 seconds before we recorded. So
Yeah.
it's off the cuff. It's breezy. It's fun. Love it. So hope to hear more from you guys, and I hope to be on more as well. So,
Hell yeah. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
bye everybody.
Goodbye.
Unplanned. Go there. Pod.com.
Pod, Nancy.